What a game. You want to talk about an opening night game. This was honestly one of the best games that I've seen in a long time. The Denver Nuggets, they don't close the door. They don't get the job done, but what a dominant game from Aaron Gordon, from Jamal Murray, from Steph Curry. This was a phenomenal shooting masterclass from a bunch of people tonight. Honestly, man, like, both of these teams, they obviously have a lot of history. The Nuggets have dominated the Warriors since 2022, but the Warriors, they've won the last two really critical matchups versus Denver this last year and then today. But this was a great game, man. Like, from the onset, this looked like it was going to be a show, but I'm telling y'all right now, I was utterly shocked with just how good Aaron Gordon looked today. Shocked with just how good he looked today. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, I don't know what the season holds for him, but what I love is that AG being able to take it to this level, to become this kind of player, that's not something that, a lot of people expected. I don't know if obviously, Aaron Gordon, he obviously is working on his game a lot, but this is like crazy. And I'm looking at the Real app right now. Aaron Gordon just had the most efficient 50-point game in NBA history. Let me share this with you, bro, because this is wild. This is wild. Like, what do you even say? Aaron Gordon just had the most efficient 50-point game in NBA history. 105.8 true shooting for Aaron Gordon. And when the highlights go up for this, we will absolutely be watching them. 50 points, 10 made threes, made all 6 of its free throws. That's insane. Like, there's not enough you can say about Aaron Gordon and just how good he has gotten over the last 3 seasons of his career. When he came to Denver on March 21st, 2021, it just, the Nuggets knew they were getting a role player that was going to be a high-level player, that was somebody that they would hope would really be the anchor of their defense next to Jokic, next to Jamal Murray, next to Michael Porter Jr. at the time. They just didn't have an idea that this would be somebody who would be willing to put in truly elite work to become the very best version of himself possible. And AG, since April of 2024, has been a 40+% three-point shooter, and now, last year shooting 43.6% from three, and now being in this situation where he is on opening night dropping 50 points and 8 rebounds and playing good defense. It's a stupendous game for AG. Stupendous game for Aaron Gordon. And I think, obviously, the loss is on a lot of people's minds. For sure. Like, it's, y'all kind of know how I feel, though. Like, early in the season, like, it's just going to be so sloppy, so new, so up and down. There's only really one person that I personally think, like, I actually lay blame on for what happened today. Christian Brown didn't have the best defensive game, but he was chasing around Steph Curry all day, and Steph Curry didn't do anything in the first half. But as soon as the second half kicked in, Steph Curry had 35 points in the second half and overtime. And he made 6 3-pointers today, 14 to 25 from the field. Like, he went to another level. He went to a new place. Jimmy Butler today had 21 points. So they balled. Like, this is all credit to the Golden State Warriors. They played extremely well today. They did a phenomenal job. And if you look at how Jamal Murray played today, he played 40 minutes. He had 25 points, y'all. 25 points and 10 assists. 25 points and 10 assists with 3 steals for Jamal. He was great today. Again, like, if Jamal has come into the year, he's been a different dude. And again, I'm really, one of the things I want to do better in losses this year is highlighting the things that are happening on both the good and bad. And obviously the fans, you have a way that you feel about it. Losing leaves a sour taste in your mouth. But there are some really great takeaways from this game. And the great takeaways at the top of the list are Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray are absolutely ready for this year. They are ready to contend for a title. and they are ready to do their job to contend for that title and to win one. And today you got 75 points between Jamal and Aaron Gordon. 75 points from Jamal and Aaron Gordon. And they went 28 of 41 from the field today. 28 of 41. Now, Jamal only made 1 3. He missed wide open threes today. Matter of fact, the hardest three that he took today is the one that he made. But there's really no, like, complaints about it at all. I don't think there's anything to really say about Jamal. Like, if you feel like that last turn of whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, he was great today. He played against a good defense, and he had 25 and 10 and played super efficient. But the real issue, but the real issue today was Yoke. You know, Yoke, in the preseason, he was playing phenomenal. I think he was 22 of 29 in the preseason. He was making everything. In the first half, you know, he was playing super efficiently, and he was doing everything he was supposed to do. You know, Jokic started the game off today playing kind of very much a facilitator role, like wasn't looking to score. You know, in the first quarter, he had 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And then in the third quarter, he had 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he shot well. He made 2 threes in that quarter. In the second quarter, he made 2 free throws. He was 3 of 4 in the first quarter. But then in the second half and in the second quarter, listen to this. Jokic in the third quarter, 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists, 1 of 5 from the field. Jokic in the fourth quarter, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 of 5 from the field. Jokic in overtime, 2 points, 1 of 5 from the field. And if you watch how Jokic was playing, he was very much drifting. And I mean drifting out to the three-point line. So if you watched Jokic for a long time, what he'll typically do at times is he will start the game off very slow, not as slow as a bad, but slow as in he's not looking to be aggressive with the shot, in part because it's about getting other people in the offense where they need to be. Like today, they're integrating Cam Johnson, and then they're integrating Bruce Brown again, and then obviously the Nuggets are like kind of flatlining their usage across the court because they're trying to make it to where you just can't like put everybody on Jokic in the middle of the floor, and then from there, you're just able to do whatever you want. And so they really were diversifying their looks very well in the first half. And they were scoring at will. They were playing super well in the first half. Jokic was kind of I think he was just grooving and moving with the pace of the game. But then in the third quarter, when everything flipped and the moment needed to be more aggressive, as we've seen in previous iterations with Joker was very slow in turning the switch from, hey, like the game's changing. I need to be more aggressive as a scorer in this moment. And he was still kind of doing that floating thing. And then he just started chucking threes. Now, granted, they were wide open threes. Like these were not threes that were contested for the most part. I think maybe 2 or 3 of them were. But of the 13 threes that he took today, I would venture to say maybe 3 of them had a hand in his face. All of the other ones were wide open. But for whatever reason, Joker just decided in his head and his brain that he wasn't going to be as aggressive, especially versus a Golden State Warriors team that he has dominated. He decided that he was not going to, and for whatever reason, set the tone for the rest of how that game was going to go. And I don't know why. Zero idea why. It was very clear that, like, he had opportunities to do so. It was very clear that there were moments for him where he absolutely should have done it. They were doing a lot to hunt switches on the pods, hunt switches on to Steph Curry. But even when he had Draymond and Al Horford on his back, like even when he got to the rim, he wasn't finishing at the rim at the rate that you would want him to. But then, like I said, with the 3-point shot, he started the game off. He was 2 of 4 from 3. And then he went 0 of 8 on his next 8 3-pointers. 0 of 8 on the next 8 3-pointers. So I definitely think he owes his team in the biggest way possible. Because if I look at the totality of this game, I really don't have anything to say. I mean, Valanciunas played well off the bench today. I think he put really good minutes in for the team. He had 8 points off the bench. He had 3 rebounds, so 2 assists, had a really crucial block on Jimmy Butler. Spencer Jones off the bench, played good minutes. He didn't score, but he was a +5. Bruce Brown was 2 of 3 from the field. He had 4 points. He had 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block. Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench gave you 2 threes. He had 10 points. Like, legitimately, the only people that weren't great today, Cam Johnson, who, again, I said going into the year, it's going to take Cam, I think, a little bit of time to get used to playing with Denver and playing with the pace, where he's going to be on the floor, adjusting to the role. That stuff is going to fold into itself. Like, I thought defensively he was fine today, especially in the first half. I thought he played well. But I think that in particular today, he just had like some really, really wide open looks, and he just wasn't able to convert them. But like, it really comes down to Jokic, and I think if he would have just turned on the scoring volume like he always does versus the Golden State Warrior, they win the game. And then he missed a free throw that instead of being tied at the end of the game, Steph Curry makes a 3, they're up 1. Now they have to foul. And then now you're going back to the line to finish that possession. But jump shots today, for somebody who was so good in the preseason as a jump shooter, and obviously extremely elite last year, the entire season, it was just a weird game. Like, watching these possessions now from Jokic, he makes his I'm looking at the first 3. It's a make. Then he has the one, obviously, at the end of the second quarter. That was just a chuck. But then I'm looking at the rest of the threes. There's one that he takes with 70-61. There's 11:50 on the clock. Jokic has 6 feet of room. Jokic last year shot 43% on above the break threes. 45% on above the break threes last year. Wide open. He just bricked it. Just shot it too far. Just bricked it. And then he had another jump shot where Christian Brown gets a drive. And Draymond Green sinks all the way into the court. And it's very similar to the 3 that he hit versus the Lakers, like the Anthony Davis left corner 3. It was 79-72, 7:25 left. Again, 6+ feet of space. Just bricked it. Next shot. Jokic gets another DHO opportunity with Cam Johnson. This one is contested. It's 2.7 seconds left on the clock with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Another 3. Jokic misses that 3. Hard rebound. Jokic then, off of a down screen, 85-89, with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left. He gets a 3 in front of Al Horford. That one is moderately contested. He misses almost the entire rim left. And then with 109-103 remaining, Jokic is 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. This is Jokic's time. Last year, he was an amazing fourth-quarter clutch player. For the last 5 years, he's been amazing in the fourth quarter and amazing in the clutch. He gets the ball again, 109-103 left, wide open 3, 6 minutes left in the game, wide open, and bricks it. So even the looks that he's getting, these are like, for Jokic, money in the bank shots that he was missing. And these are all his jumpers. And then you get into overtime. The Nuggets, with 1:47 left, another wide open 3, a run out from Horford, and he bricks it. This one rattles in and out. And then now, with the game on the line, after Jimmy Butler hits a 3, Jokic takes another 3, 33 seconds left, an opportunity to tie it, get a stop, and then get another 3, and he misses again. So Jokic's 3-point jumper failed him today. But even his process into getting into the threes is fine. Like Drew, the DH, when you run a pick and roll like that, he's the release valve. And the way that the Warriors were covering it, they were clogging the paint, and they were leaving him wide open. Fine. So now let's go to the runners. So he shot 2 runners today. He made the first one, just his floater, typical floater, makes that one. And then he has another runner, and this is with 7 minutes left. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 109-100. He gets an angle on Al Horford. And again, this is a typical Jokic, makes this 75% of the time shot. Got contact, and then literally missed everything. So this is on Jokic. Like, I'm looking at all of these possessions that Jokic has always been extremely good and elite in, and he's just not doing the job. Now, Jokic got an isolation on at the nail against Pods. He takes Pod with 3 minutes 54 seconds left in the quarter. Gets to at this point, I thought the Nuggets were going to win the game because at this point, Jokic makes that shot, and it is 100. It's 116 to 109 with 3:50 left, and I'm like, all right, we'll go play good possessions. Jokic, you get another mismatch, or you get to the nail and you go score. But for whatever reason today, Jokic was so in his head that he just was failing on these possessions. And then again, the last one that was, again, probably the most egregious in the paint. Jokic gets a switch on Steph. Kuminga then replaces Steph to get a switch onto Jokic. This is with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in overtime. And he gets again, this is what I'm talking about, like when you're a basketball player and you're off rhythm, you rush. And in this moment, there's 1 minute and 13 seconds left, 127, 130. Jokic gets the ball against Kuminga. And instead of taking his time with 10 seconds left on the clock, he tries to immediately go, takes a bad angle, and then forces up a hook floater that gets somewhat blocked. Again, it's just processing. It's timing. This is all stuff Jokic has been elite at. So then the question becomes, why today was he so off-kiltered with what he's doing on these possessions? And, I mean, there's really no other explanation other than it's rust. Like, it's rust. He obviously, wasn't approaching the game correctly as he should have. Like, I'm watching all of these possessions. It's like these are all Jokic shots, every single one of them, but he just didn't do a good enough job. And if you miss all of these shots that you have that are wide open, then yeah, you know what? Then you're not gonna play well and you're not gonna win these games. So it doesn't at the end of the day, this is not gonna mean anything because it's game one of the rest of the regular season. But Matt Moore, one of my colleagues said Jokic barely entered the paint in scrimmage and training camp, mostly from the perimeter this preseason. Again, this feels, based on how things went, this feels like the Nuggets have made a conscious effort to really try to move Jokic away from the basket for offensive reasons because they're trying to run these more DHOs, they're trying to create more looks going towards the basket, more three-pointers. They seem to be intentionally doing that. Like tonight, they got 40 three-pointers up. They only made 16 of them. They got 40 three-pointers up tonight. And typically for Denver, that's if you put up 43s and you make 16, that's plenty enough. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to be able to get your best player to do his job and to finish possessions. But, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. He's just going to have to be able to finish those shots, to get inside, and to be able to finish shots at the rim like he normally does. And these three-point shots that he has wide open, you got to hit them. Because, again, looking at all of these possessions, they were all things that he's done, but he didn't do his job. And I would contest that the only person that played underneath their performance level today, maybe Cam Johnson. But, again, Cam is brand new. I don't have any real complaints. He's going to figure a lot of that stuff out. Again, 6 threes for him, wide open threes. 6 of them, they were wide open threes. So he will hit those at some point. But Jokic, it's just the process. And it's like once the game flipped, Jokic didn't do a good enough job changing with the pace of the game, changing with the tone of the game today. Now, obviously, Jokic has had some of the best performances in the NBA the last, decade. But definitely going forward, definitely going to game 2 on Saturday, they need their best player, the best player in the world, to play like it. Or otherwise, you're going to have performances like this. But, again, I just don't want to brush under the water what Aaron Gordon did. 50 points. 50 points for Aaron Gordon. 10 threes for Aaron Gordon. It's just phenomenal. Nothing but respect for AG, and I can't wait to watch this game back. I cannot wait to see all these baskets again, and I hope that he's able to continue this year. And then again, not Not like doing something where, he's getting 50 again this year, but like in terms of playing consistently, being able to level up his shot making, level up his scoring, the defensive stuff was there today. Again, he was great. Jamal Murray was great as well. Like, again, 2 of your 3 best players, they balled. But this is typically in these spots historically, Jokic has always been the one to come through. But today, for whatever reason, he was not able to convert those baskets the way that he should have. And ultimately, it cost him the game. And it started with the decision making. But he has an opportunity very quickly to re-up and to make up for this, for what he did today. But really unfortunate. I thought Adelman was fairly good today. I was surprised he did not use his challenge at all. He had multiple opportunities to use his challenge, but the Denver Nuggets, they have an opening night game, a season opener for the home game versus Phoenix. This is at 9 p.m. In Denver, 7 p.m. Denver time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then they play Minnesota on Monday. Then they got New Orleans, they got Portland, they got Sacramento, they got Miami, and then they got Golden State again. So they have a bunch of opportunities here to get on to a really good start this year and to let this game just kind of wash. You move on, you take care of business. In particular, Jokic could obviously about to take on Malawach and the Phoenix Suns interior. Then he got to play versus Minnesota. He loves playing Rudy Gobert. And then on top of that, you're going to have New Orleans, and you got Portland, Sacramento, Miami. So a bunch of opportunities for Denver, and obviously Jokic, he deserves the blame for today. And I absolutely, man, he let down Aaron Gordon, having literally one of the best scoring performances that we've seen in the NBA. 50 points, 105 true shooting on 50 points, and was the best player on the floor tonight. And Jamal Murray, like I said, 25 and 10 on great efficiency as well. So Jokic, you definitely owe him a lot for tonight. But y'all know what time it is, y'all. Make sure that y'all like, y'all share, and y'all subscribe. We are continuing to build up this channel, man. We got a lot of really, really, really great basketball coming up this season. I cannot wait to get to it. Can't wait to get to it, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, Swipa Gang. See y'all on the other side.